This episode of the Wheel of Time Community Show is sponsored by Tor Books and our Patreon supporters.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Wheel of Time Community Show, produced by Dragonmount.com, sponsored by Tor Books, as well as all of you lovely folks over on Patreon. Hi. I want to drop in on two characters, a couple, who I really love in Robert Jordan's world. They have a lot of mixed emotions surrounding them, and of course I mean Peran Ibara and Faile Bashir. Now those who know me well would probably label me as a gentle giant. My size is something that, like Perrin, I have been conscious about my entire life. Throughout my childhood, I was bigger than everyone else, so even when justifyingly defending myself, I always moderated reactions to ensure that I didn't hurt people. Also, like Perrin, I had to choose the things that I said particularly carefully. I was already a target for a lot of ridicule, so I had to have a careful wit in my responses to people, trying to both be funny and defensive at the same time. It's a defense mechanism. From the first few chapters of book one, I identified with Perrin almost immediately. Something that I really loved that touched me when I was younger was that RJ used to respond when asked which character he identified with most was Perrin. As a young man who is very insecure, that made me feel good. And honestly, it still does. He's had some amazing scenes throughout the series. In addition to the awesomeness of being a wolf brother and everything that comes with that, he's also had scenes that are incredibly emotional, badass, heroic, hilarious, and yes, at times, incredibly frustrating. Literally all over the spectrum. I would be remiss if I didn't list a few of my favorites, but to remain completely spoiler-free, I'm going to provide no context and as few details as possible. It's just something that I nerd out about all the time. I cry like a baby every time that I get to the scene where he has his first talk with Master Alvear after returning to the Two Rivers in the Shadow Rising. Another one is Perrin worked his axe methodically, hewing wood, not flesh. And then, of course, the scene with the Aiel beggar, both that horrific scene where he performs those actions, and then the later one where he takes Elias's advice and he tosses away that instrument of destruction to favor the one that also creates. It's just very powerful to me. I also really enjoy his relationships with the other male characters. Loyal, Gaul, they have like a loving, brotherly relationship. And it's fantastic. All right, now on to Faile. She is one of my favorite female characters in the series. Now, as a non-channeler who's really carved a path for herself as both a badass, whether it comes to words or knives, she's just really fantastic and just a really fun character to read for me. Now, don't get me wrong, she's got her faults, but to me, that's what makes her an even better character. She's human. We're all human. We all have faults. We all want to make each other tear our hair out sometimes. And the fact that her character can really invoke that much emotion out of me and people, it just makes me like her all the more, and it's a real testament to RJ's writing. Also, that she's part of the ruling class in the books, and she's thoughtful and caring in the way ruling should be done. She truly cares, and has always touched me in the way that she shows that in her like more governmental type scene. Now, something that I really, honestly, I don't understand and I never understood is the animosity that people feel toward their relationship and their scenes. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that people are incorrect, and I'm not hating on anyone's take on that. I just don't understand where it's coming from. Perrin and Faile love each other so completely that it blinds them. If you're one of those people that really hates these scenes, I feel like maybe you've probably never really truly loved someone like that. And if that's the case, I'm sorry. And if I'm wrong, also, I'm sorry. It's pretty human to feel that way, if you ask me. They both do anything for each other. I can ascribe to that feeling. I mean, there's a lot of stories that are based off of that. Shakespeare also subscribed to that feeling. Because honestly, if my wife was in the situation that Faile was in throughout Crossroads of Twilight, I would have done exactly as Perrin did. I don't care how many books it takes. I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for Perrin and Faile, but I don't care. True love is real, damn it. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, leave us a thumbs up or a comment down below. We'd appreciate it if you'd share this video around on social media. If you've got a friend that's interested in Wheel of Time, share it with them. We'd also like to thank our show sponsor, Tor Books, and our wonderful Patreon community. If you'd like more insight into the Wheel of Time or to see how our show is made, you can become a Patreon supporter. We've got a lot of big plans for the show, and your contribution will go a long way. And lastly, don't forget to follow Dragonmount on all social media. See you next time!